Alright, ladies and gentlemen, Fab's in the house, and today I've got the Booker Plus F3 here with me for a review. And as usual, we're gonna analyze the look, the sound, and the feel of this guy, but first of all, let's check out how big this guy is actually, because it's gonna be 7-inch long overall, with a 4-inch long handle and 3-inch long blade. This is a pretty small knife. For example, let's compare this guy up against Spyderco Para 3. Look at this, same size right there. A little bit better handle to blade ratio. This is your Spyderco Paramilitary 2 right over here. Let's put it up against another couple Spydercos. This is the Magnitude, Peter Carey design right over here, and again the Rubicon, same designer going on over here. So you can see smaller than the Rubicon for sure. Another couple quite popular options. We've got the Ontario Red number 1 and Ontario Red number 2 right over here. Huge guy. Look at this. This is probably the same size as the Ontario Red number 2. So it's very comparable, but it's chubbier. You see the profile. It's thicker. Of course, the stock thickness is really thicker. What else you guys want to see? Let's do some higher end options. Big boys. Of course, one of my favorite. This is the Shirogorov F95 R Slim, and here you've got Spectre by Holt Blade Works, and let's just do it up against the Chris Reeve Knives Sebenza Large 21. What else you guys want to see? Okay, let's do the Schmock right over here, and let's do the Opinel do-it-yourself right over here. So this gives you an idea of how EDCable is this guy, because it's pretty small overall. I mean, 4 inches long handle. It's yeah, it's not too shabby. This is sporting titanium slabs, not skeletonized, and that's gonna reflect a little bit in the weight because this guy is weighing in at 4.4 ounces. So not the lightest, considered that it's kind of tiny. I like the finish of this kind of bit blasted finish of the scales. It's really cool. It gives a nice tactile feel to it. Very interesting. You have, of course, blue anodized 3D mill titanium backspacer. Very nice. It's protruding. Has some jimping going on over here. It's very nice. You also have a lanyard hole, of course, going on right over here. You have your lock release relief with some jimping going on over there. You see like some 45 degrees chamfering and like internal chamfering going on over here. So nicely rounded off, even if there's a little bit of hot spots, we're gonna check it out later. You have a stainless steel lock face insert right over there, which is screwed in from the inside, as you can notice. So this is gonna eliminate any lock stick because, you know, titanium is softer metal than steel. So this is gonna get rid of that side effect. Nice. Also, you don't have any over-travel bar stabilizer, so you have to be careful. If you can risk to overextend this guy if you push it this way too much. You also have a pretty simple constructions. You have this T6 bits for the pivot, for the handle, pretty tiny actually, and it always makes me nervous a little bit, you know, because especially in this case they are screwed in right into the frame. So you see there's no barrels, no standoffs. These are not screwed in into the backspacer, but directly into the frame lock, and that is not always an ideal thing. But for the disassembly, it's pretty straightforward, guys. It's very simple construction going on over here, so not a biggie. Maintain lubing, taking this apart and putting back together. You have a reversible clip, which is tip up or tip down. Now it's just tip down position, but you can also mount it over here. It's not reversible on the other side, but on this side you have a couple options. Also, the pocket clip is not ideal because it's very stiff. I mean, you can struggle, you can feel the struggle when you have to lift this, and also the clip ramp is very, very shallow, so it's tough to slide this guy into your pockets. Also, the design, I mean, I'm not a fan of just a bent piece of whatever metal to make a pocket clip. I think it's a little bit on the lazy side. I like when there's much more going on. I mean, we don't need anything like this, you know, but I mean, something a little bit more elaborated, more with some more thoughts into it. That's just my opinion. The blade is it's nicely done. I mean, it's extremely thick. Look at this stock. For example, I don't know. Let's check out what you want to see. Spyderco Paramilitary 2. All right, which is a big boy. Look at this. I mean, this is a pretty thick stock employed on this relatively small knife, but the blade shape I like. You know, I like this, how this drops like here to the point, and then you have a very, very big belly, like maybe probably 30% up to here. And then flat straight edge up to the sharpening choil, where it reveals not to be extremely thin behind the edge. You see, it's not that thin. Also because the grind is not full flat, it just gets to this point where you see the actual thickness of the blade, and you have a nice planche grind, nicely arched, and you have some. There's no jimping, of course, and this, I like this sweeping up a little bit and then going down with this kind of swedge over here. You also have a nice directional satin going on this blade. It's a pretty cool finish if you ask me, but what I'm not really a fan of, guys, is the billboarding. What is this? Like this, and this. There's no need for so many things going on in the blade. What I appreciate is some chamfering going on in this hole, which is gonna be basically your mainly way to deploy this one. You can do like a thumb flick like that, and also, of course, like use two hands if you want to open it. The sound this guy makes, it's pretty anonymous. I mean, nothing. It's a nice clack, yes, but nothing too crazy. When you close it, meh. I mean, nothing to write home about, but it's not disgusting, all right? Also, the weight is going to be 4.4 ounces, so I said, yeah, not the lightest of the bunch. And when you squeeze the handle, if you have the pocket clip mounted in the tip down position, you're going to feel a little bit of hot spot going on over here, because this is kind of sharp. Look at that. So it's not ideal, because you're gonna be squeezing here, and this like kind of digs right there into my hands, and it feels really small at the end of the day for my hands, at least. Like the grip is not optimal. I like this, you know, the finger groove going on over here. It's good. You can't really do much reverse grip because there's, I mean, nothing to grip on this side. Overall, it feels solid. I mean, pretty thick titanium slabs, pretty thick backspacer. There's no blade play. It's overall, it's solidly built. It's actually built like a tank. The clip is a little bit stiff. It doesn't feel really nice. Also, the lock bar has this pretty sharp jimping going on, which is going to be useful, yeah, to disengage the lock bar, but this kind of dig into my finger. Look at that. You disengage once and it leaves like a pretty nice mark on your finger because it's sharp. So already the cutout is working, and it would have been enough like just to chamfer this in, like, for example, let's see this guy over here. Okay, so there's an opening, it's nicely chamfered, and then you have a flat, so it's enough for your thumb to disengage the lock bar. You don't need that sharp jimping going on over there. So yeah, What I like, of course, it's the internal chamfering going on, but that kind of creates some finger sore as you disengage the lock bar. Overall, the action, I mean, it's quite smooth. It's running on washers. The detent strength is on the medium light side, medium side, I would say. You have some inconsistency, like, for example, if you see this backspacer, it's not perpendicular to the scales. You see, it's like going down this way. So I don't know why this happened, but it's just there. So fit and finish, not stellar. These screws like here, not ideal. The lock release area here is a little bit too sharp. The grip is not perfect, but I mean, overall, the look of this knife is pretty good. It's solidly built. It feels really sturdy. The action is kind of on the slow side, of course. It runs on washers. I mean, Sebenza is much faster than this guy and much smoother. Sound, yeah, I said it's not that great. The grip is it's all right. There's a couple of hot spots, but overall it's a decent one. So there you have it. Hope you guys enjoyed this video. Please don't forget to subscribe. Thanks for watching and stay tuned.